Hey guys, Paul from Paul's Karts here. I just wanted to make another quick video. I know I've been showing a lot of these $3.99 heads lately. Well, at least I've been filming a lot of them. I don't know exactly what I've been dropping on YouTube, but let me just show you guys. I've been refining this new port design. It's 100% done on a mill, so it's like one step away from being full CNC. The only thing that holds us back from full CNC is the need to adjust the cylinder heads minutely, from one head to the other based on the equations and the CFM requirements of, every engine's basically different in some way or another. So let me just run you through the coolest new thing that we're doing is this full radius back. Getting great results with this on the flow bench. I've been able to pick up 3 CFM consistently overall on every single head. And on the smaller engines, that 3 CFM might not be needed, but that allows us to utilize the epoxy port in areas to raise velocity, and that velocity, helps with cylinder fill, and, the circuits on the carburetor are, that fuel curve. You have a huge carburetor and a huge port, and you don't need it. What will happen is you'll lose some of the fuel signal in the carburetor. Now, I'm not saying you need a tiny little port, not in a big valve head, which is mostly what I do. If you have a restrictor plate engine, or you have a stock size valve or a smaller size valve, you definitely want to keep those ports on the smaller side. Don't want to open them up. But if you have a 3228 and you're really able to utilize that air, you want your port to match the valve size. Do the equations out. I've shown them in past videos. It's not hard. I do them for every cylinder head. It's like, second nature. But, if you're able to increase CFM without increasing the port size, that's amazing, because then you can actually make the port smaller in areas of the low velocity areas to keep the overall port flow better, velocity more mainstream, reduce eddies in the back and around the guide area. When you use the flow flags, you'll see some eddies back there sometimes, but with this full radius back port, we don't have any of them. We've completely removed that, and that's what allows us to pick up the extra 3 CFM. So let me show you the back of this port. Now, this is absolutely amazing. I don't know if this camera is doing it justice, but this is as good as a port can get. If somebody tells you, oh, my cylinder head's better, or whatever, or another company is trying to tell you that their heads are amazing for some reason, look at their actual ad on the website. Does it have itemized items? I know when, I was shopping around way long ago for other cylinder head, it would just be vague descriptions, like ported and polished, stage something head. Well, that gives that builder a lot of leeway to not do stuff. No accountability. If you look at mine, it's completely itemized, like 50 different line items, because those are processes that are done to these heads. That's why I constantly spit out verbatim these, line items like ported, polished, multi-angle valve job, big seats installed, polished chamber, radius relief chamber, bronze guides, not only just bronze guides, but the custom bronze guides, spring pockets cut, and polished exhaust, guides reamed and honed, guides even taken one step further and shaped, spiral shaped. And on some of the other heads, welded intake tube, epoxy port, max ported, some of them welded chamber, shape chamber, rethread the spark plug hole. Those are options, and they're listed on the website, so I am held accountable. It's not like some of these other websites even say, actual item may differ from picture. That is the biggest WTF of all. That means they're showing a picture of one item and they're going to send you another, possibly, with a vague description. I have a gentleman that sent me a build. In his build, he sent me a head that he got. He paid $2.99 for this head from Go Power. Hold on one second. I'll grab the head. Okay, so I just grabbed the head. This is the head he paid $2.99 for, just like this. Okay. This is my head. Comes with this. Comes with the stickers. Comes with the 37-pound springs, red stripe, you know, coated valves, stem and face, 3228 stainless, you know, billet retainers, keepers, and, you know, this is $3.99. $2.99. This is a $16 casting that I pay. I get them by 100. I mean, I sell these for $30, this casting alone. And the valve train, it does have a stainless valve train, but it's just a valve train and a stock head. Let me show you the port. If I can get some light in here. It's completely unported. Look at that. You could see some scuff marks where they took sandpaper around the short turn radius. They just took sandpaper like a shoelace and ran it across the short turn radius. There's the exhaust port. $2.99. So $2.99 from GoPower, $3.99 from me. You can tell, so that's why when they say ported and polished can get away with so much. You know, it's such an open category. It's open to interpret. If you haven't seen their product and, you know, them saying, okay, this is ported and polished, and what's their porting look like? Well, you don't know. If they touch the port at all, run a piece of sandpaper over their finger through the port, they could technically sell that as ported. Zero chamber work. You know, it doesn't have the big seats, doesn't have the radius reliefs, which is this area here that's cut out on the mill with the radius shaped carbide. Doesn't have bronze guides. Spring pockets aren't cut. Has an inferior, what is that, like a, I've never, you know, I don't even have springs in stock that small. What's that, 26? You know, that's stock casting with a valve train in it. You know, it hasn't been touched. You know, it must have taken them, you know, less than an hour to whip this head up. $2.99 they're charging. $3.99, Paul's Karts, the truth. And now, not only just the custom guides and all of this work and all of those line items, literally, next time you're shopping for the heads, go to everyone else. Look at what they say, how they market their product. Vague, you know, they want to say as little as possible, so they have to do as little as possible. You know, stage or this, I don't have stages. To me, it's right or wrong. You know, I have added options that you can add, but they're descriptive. You know what you're adding, you know what you get in. Just in basic form, this head has everything I talk about and more. You know, it's, to see something like this breaks my heart. It does, and people don't know. Because they see ported and polished, they see this picture of a head, you know, they've heard the company name before, then they get it and they're just like, oh my God, Paul, I need help, look what I got, that 260 something cam that they sold me turned into liquid in my crankcase, literally took the entire lobes off because it's not welded and ground. It has no more lobes. My engine wouldn't start. I don't know what's going on. Paul, I need your help. That was the first time I heard from that person crying for help from what they bought. So I told him, send me everything you got. We'll see what we can do to get that engine that you got over there fixed right in this shop. So you know, it's here now. It's going to be all set. You know, he's underway. And, you know, I'm just making this video to try to warn people. Look for those itemized items. Even with my engines, you know, it's all itemized. There's a reason, you know, the engines cost that much or the heads cost what they cost. It's because The parts cost more. They have billet stroker cranks. They have billet valve covers, custom ones, mine. They have everything billet, piston, rod, flywheel, PVL coil. I mean, all the parts cost thousands. It's not the build, it's the parts themselves. You know, I charge $300 for engine assembly, and then whatever I charge for the head. Besides that, it's just parts. So, I mean, the reason my engines cost more is because the parts are better. It's a better engine. The reason my heads cost more is because there's more line items. And $299 to $399? I mean, I would love to spend. You guys want to buy this head for $299? I will make this all day long. I wouldn't even offer this product on my site because it's junk. Paperweight, doorstop, something like that. Paul's Karts, the truth. I'm Paul. This is Paul's Karts. Until next time, guys. Sorry about that rant, but have a nice day.